everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benny, and in today's video I am going to be reading Booktubers 5 stars. I am so excited to do this video. I've been planning to do it for a long time. If I love books the way that I do, it's also because of these girls, and I am so excited to read their 5 stars. I already read a bunch of their 5 stars already, so I thought, why not make an actual video about it? Because if we're going to really be serious about it, they have influenced the majority of my reading. So we are going to start with the first book that I actually already started, by the way, which is Magnolia Parks. Miss Sara Carrolli, she loved this book so much. I always hear her talking about it. I've seen her cry on screen multiple times, and I generally want to know why. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time, and finally it's time. I actually listened to majority of it. I'm halfway through the book. This is like halfway through the book. I mean, a little bit less than that actually. I wanted to listen to it because I actually already read like 40% a while ago. I did remember some stuff. I didn't want to reread it because I already read it. I already read 40%, which is like a good amount, and I didn't want to like get bored of it. So I had to do some stuff in my room, so I just started to listen to it on audiobook. And I mean, I'm not loving it so much at the moment. If you don't know anything about Magnolia Parks, it's basically some sort of like, people compare it to Gossip Girl, which I see why they compare it to Gossip Girl. It's basically a bunch of elite teenagers, or a little bit more than that, that live in London. They're rich kids. They have social media, the media talking about them, but specifically this book is about the two main characters, which is Magnolia and BJ. They have had a relationship on and off for years. They are childhood best friends. I mean, I think they've known each other since childhood, if I'm not mistaken. Their relationship, it's toxic.
Pinball machines and ice cream. How 50 cities spin. Skipping classes for the movies.
I finished the book. Oh, God. I cannot believe that I actually read Magnolia Parks, y'all. Like, I've been wanting to read this book for so long. It's crazy. And this book is crazy. I cannot believe this book was written. I don't know what I think about it, because at the same time, like, it was one of the most frustrating books I've ever read. Second of all, it was so annoying. If you would just communicate, and I knew that getting into this book, this would happen, but like, I didn't know that it was that bad. It's so confusing to me because I was so annoyed with it, but at the same time, I'm obsessed with it. Like, I cannot wait to read more about it and see what happens and see how the story will go, because it's crazy. So like, in a like human standpoint, I didn't like it because it was frustrating, but as an entertainment standpoint, I loved it. For some reason, I felt something that I rarely feel, but when you had the main two characters, so BJ and Magnolia, when there were moments, especially towards the end, when, I'm not gonna say it, I would feel butterflies in my stomach for some reason. Like, I could understand why Magnolia will always pick BJ, even though she would have the most perfect man beside her. BJ would always be BJ, and I felt that, like, I had like feelings for that while that was happening, but at the same time, I'm like, just get it together. And I hope they get it together. I'm very, very curious in how this story is going to develop, but so far I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. I really liked it. As an entertainment standpoint, I think they're absolutely toxic. I think everything that happens in this book is insane. The miscommunication will make you scream at the book, but it's beautiful that a book makes you do that, in my opinion. The most frustrating books I've ever read, but for some reason I love it. I don't know why. I think there's something wrong with me. Why do I like this book? Anyway, on to the next book. I got my laptop. Now let's open Goodreads. I think I'm gonna pick all of them through Goodreads, like the easiest way to see like everybody's ratings. What we got in here? Okay, so let's go to my profile. I think I do follow Haley. This is my profile, by the way, if you want to follow. I don't really know how to do this with my laptop because I'm always on my phone, but my phone is charging at the moment. Bro, I'm not usually that bad with technology, but found it. I found it. All right. Here's Miss Haley Pham. Then let's see the books that she read. And let's see the 5 stars. Those are all her 5 stars. So let's see what we got in here. I kind of want to read something that I already own. So let's see what we get. I'm actually really excited. Oh, The Hobbit, but I already read this. The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm not really in the mood for that, and I don't own it, so no. Oh, I know that she talked a lot in some of her videos about the storied life of AJ Vickery, and I kind of want to read that, but I don't own the book. So, oh, I have If We Were Villains. That could be an option, but that's a lot to take in, I feel like. I don't know if I'm ready for that. That's a maybe. One True Loves, I read it, and I also read Dance of Thieves, and I have it. Oh, I also have Vows of Thief, which it could be an option so that I get to finish also a series, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for that. I don't know if I'm in the mood for a fantasy. Oh, she rated Daisy Jones and the Six of 5 stars. And also Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Fun. Oh, I also have Every Last Secret, which she rated a 5 stars, which is interesting because it's a thriller, and I don't know why, but I don't feel like people rate thrillers that high for some reason. So it's interesting that she put this as a 5 stars, and that could actually be an option because I am in the mood for a thriller at the moment. She rated Summer Broken Rules a 5 stars. Interesting. I rated that a 2 stars, but she rated As Good as Dead 5 stars. It is crazy to me how our taste is so different from one another. It's crazy. Like, it really shows you how different like human beings can be. Something that it's known and it's like a known fact, but for some reason it always blows my mind. But that's the beauty of it all. She also rated In My Dreams I Hold a Knife 5 stars. Interesting. I want to read Stephen King's books so bad, especially Billy Summers. Ever since she did a video on Stephen King. Oh, she rated 5 stars Finding Me by Viola Davis. That's such a good memoir. I'm not finding anything interesting. Okay, The House Across the Lake. I do own this, and I've actually wanted to read it for so long. This is the book, and I've been wanting to read this book for so long, especially because for my birthday I got Rayleigh Seeger's new book, which is the only one left, and I then realized that I actually already own a book by Rayleigh Seeger. The book that we pick for Haley Pham 5-star reads is The House Across the Lake by Rayleigh Seeger. I'm actually really excited to read this. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I'm totally in the mood for a thriller at the moment. And let's see, I've had this book in my shelf for like probably a year. Let's read this book and let's see what I think about it. About this book, but I did finish it. I don't know what to feel about this book because it did get me. It was really good up to one point, and then there was like multiple plot twists, and that definitely got me, and I was like, damn. But like, it just took a different turn that I expected. It felt a little bit forced, even though it definitely got me. I don't know, up to like the 70% of the book, it was really interesting, and then a plot twist happened, and it was still very interesting, but at the same time, it was like, obviously it's very unrealistic, and I didn't expect that, and it was a little bit weird. I don't know, it's hard to explain. If you read this book, you know what I'm talking about. Definitely not a 5 stars for me. I think I'm gonna give it a 3 stars because it still got me and it still was interesting. The story, was it really necessary to do that kind of plot twist? The plot twist could have been so many other things. Like, I literally sat down afterward. I started thinking about the different plot twists that he could have done and still would have gotten me. Obviously, I was not expecting that, and obviously the plot twist got me because it's insane. And I don't know if that's the point of thrillers, if like I am in the wrong because I expect other things. I read a couple thrillers and I've watched so many thriller movies because I love thriller movies, and not once they have this insane and unrealistic type of plot twist. I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I was expecting a bit more, but I'm still gonna read more Rayleigh Seeger's books because he's intriguing me, even though that was weird. But it's still intriguing me because I'm like, I wonder how far he got in the other books, because he got pretty far with this one. Like, he literally went to another realm. We read a 5-star of Sara Carrolli and Haley Pham. So now let's see what Steph Bohrer rated 5 stars and what Destiny rated 5 stars and what I'm in the mood for. So let's see what she rated. 5 stars. Archer's Voice. I see her talking about this book a lot and I don't own it, but that could also be an option. I'm not really in the mood for a book like that, to be honest. I think it's pretty sad, which I'm not in the mood for sad books at the moment. Another one that I am actually thinking about because it's Kindle Unlimited and it's The Predator, which I believe it's a mafia dark romance or something. I've never read a dark romance before, so that could be an option. Oh, The Right Move. Okay, I think I have that. Yes, I do. That could be an option, but also I'm not in the mood for that. I don't know. I think I just have to see something and I'm like, oh, yes, I want to read that. You know what I mean? Oh, that's it? That's all the 5 stars she has. I don't think she updated it. She also has Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I could be an option. I'm just like in the mood for not a fantasy, but not even like a... Oh, When in Rome. I think I'm gonna search Destiny and see what her 5 stars are so that maybe I could go back to Steph and later on read whatever she put 5 stars, because right now her 5 stars don't really like scream to me at the moment, so I'm not going to read them. She also rated Archer's Voice 5 stars. Every Last Word, I do have that, but it's also a sad book, which I'm not interested in. The Hating Game, Vow of Thieves again. I don't know, man. There's a lot of options. Oh, None Shall Sleep. That could be interesting. I do have that. It's like a serial killer type of thriller mystery or something. I think it's YA. So Happy Place. Happy Place. Should I do Happy Place? That could be an option too. Summer Romance. I have the book and I bought the book because of her, because she talked so highly about this book and I was like, oh my god, I should read it. But it's like summer romance, you know what I mean? Same thing with Happy Place. I'm not in the mood for a summer book because I've read summer books whole summer, so I'm not interested in reading more summer books, which is sad because I wanted to read Happy Place so bad this year, but I didn't. So maybe I will get back into like reading summer books again, but like we're in September at this point, like there's no need for summer anymore. Like I'm just over it. We're done with the 5 stars, guys. Okay, let me check both Steph and Destiny and see what 5 stars speak to me the most, and I will let you know what the final decision of the book that I'm choosing will be, because at the moment I'm confused. The decision has been made, so I'm going to read a book that was Destiny's 5 star. So the book that I chose is none other than Happy Place. This was a book that I wanted to read so bad this year, and I did not get the chance because of my very bad slump this month. Not this month, it was the entire summer season. I have not been reading a lot of books. For what I've heard about this book, I think it's going to get me because the themes are very, very close to like my worries and, you know, the things that I constantly think about. So I think this book is going to get me and I hope it will. I'm ready for 5 stars. I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know what this book's about at all. I know there's like some tropes with friendship. I know that the romance is between 2 people that are technically exes, but they meet for, I think, a holiday situation with like some friends, and they have to keep it a secret, but I'm not completely sure, so I hope it will not disappoint. This is probably the one book that I've been wanting to read for the entire year. This is Destiny's 5 stars. Next book is Happy Place by Emily Henry.
Oh, I can just see.
I wanted to update you on this little book over here, and I'm currently this far into it. I have this much left, so I would say that I'm 40% into the book, maybe 30, maybe 35, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And so far, I don't know, but I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would. I don't know why. I don't know if it's some tropes that kind of I don't like, because going into this book I knew that it was going to be a lot about friendship, and I did not know a lot about the relationship, like the romance part, rather than 2 exes reunited with all the friend group and they have to pretend that they're still together. I never really gave it a thought, but I think the fake dating, or I don't know what trope is this, I thought it was going to be something that I would like, but not in this scenario. I don't know why. I don't know. It's not that I don't like it. I'm just like not feeling much. So that's kind of it. I'm not that much into the book, so I don't know what opinion I can have. Yet again, like a lot of things are still developing and we will see. I want to stay positive because I had very high expectations and that's my fault. Anyway, that's the update for this book. I am going to try to finish it in the next few days. My cat is judging me. He's looking at me and he's like, who are you talking to? Look at him. Anyway, so yeah, that's the update. I will talk to you when I will have more update. Hopefully it will be a little bit more positive because I really want to like this book.
Her hair and her actions more tame. She's probably less damaged and has a nice family.
You guys saw me finishing Happy Place by Emily Henry, and I did finish it last night. This is a big accomplishment. I'm very happy about it. It's not a 5 stars, which I thought it was going to be a 5 star, which is kind of upsetting. Definitely like a 4 stars. Why does my hair look so orange? It didn't give me that 5-star feeling that I feel like this is my book. It didn't give me that. The last 5 stars that I gave was Just for the Summer by Happy Emminess, and I think that set the expectations of each book that I read now very, very high. And I'm not saying that this wasn't like up there, but it definitely didn't make me feel the same way or a similar way as the other one, which that's why I'm not giving it a 5 stars. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm justifying that. Like every time that I read an Emily Henry book, like I feel like I have to justify why I'm not giving it a 5 stars, because literally so many people give Emily Henry books 5 stars and I'm not one of them. Up till now I've read 2 books by her. I think this is a bit lower than Beach Read. I really liked Beach Read simply because I feel like I don't personally love second chance romance. I don't know, I've seen a pattern with other books that I've read so that I haven't enjoyed as much. I think that's it. Like it's not my favorite trope. I don't really love second chance romance, but the ending of this book was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much and I literally annotated so much of the end. I understand why people are so obsessed with it and I definitely enjoyed it. The romance is what threw me off the most, which is so weird because this is a romance book, but it's so much more than a romance book. Like read the book not just for that, because there's so many other things going on, and I feel like my favorite part was the friendship part. That's what I am expecting from an Emily Henry book, because I know that I'm not reading it just for silly romance. I know that there's so many other themes within the books, and I know that there is something to expect, whether it's family, friendship, or personal problems and stuff like that. Her writing, she just like, it's not just poetic, but it's so real. Like while I was reading this book, I was like, those characters feel so real. Like I don't know how she does it. Like it's just like some sentences that she puts in it and like some little things that you can relate to as a human being, obviously, that makes you think, oh my god, those people are real, they're not just fiction. I feel like she analyzed her characters so well to the point that they just feel real. Like, and I'm very happy that this year I got to read 2 of her books, and I'm thinking that I kind of want to read Book Lovers. I don't know why, but I have a great feeling. I'm not gonna say anything. This one was Destiny's 5 stars. As for Steph, like the one book that comes immediately in mind is The Archer's Voice, and I also looked at other booktubers. Keep seeing this book everywhere, and I'm like, okay, let's see what this is about. So I started it. I downloaded it on my Kindle. The only thing that I read is The Legend of Chiron, which I have no idea what this has to do with the book. I was like, is this like Greek mythology or something? Because I know nothing about this book. Literally nothing. I have no idea if it's like contemporary or not. I don't know. Love astrology, and Chiron is in an astrology placement, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but like Chiron is a wounded healer, and it's actually mentioned in this little section as well. It represents your traumas, and I'm like, I think this is going to be kind of deep. So anyways, chapter 1, can't see anything. 4th and final book that we're gonna read, that's Steph's 5 stars. I just wanted to update you on Archer's Voice. I'm currently at chapter 19, and I'm 45% into the book, which we're almost halfway through the book, and I just wanted to update you a little bit because I am actually surprisingly enjoying it. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like a high school romance or something. I have no idea why or where I heard this. That's why I kept like putting it off, because like this book has been around for so long. It's one of the OG Book Talks books. So anyways, I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. I think that they're both really cute. Archer, the male main character, he's so cute, and I don't know, I just want to give him a hug. And the romance, like the connection that they have, is really cute as well. The only thing that it should have been like a slower burn. I'm halfway through the book and things already are happening, which I don't know what to expect in the future. I think it's going to be like more emotional than physical and all that, but I kind of wished it was a bit more a slower burn, you know what I mean? Other than that, I feel like the small town vibe is really cute. she started working at this diner, and I was like, oh my god, I love it. I was really excited because that's so cute. And like she has this really cute neighbor, like old lady that is cute, and she lives like really close to the lake. So I finished working for my other job, so now I'm gonna close. No, actually I need the light but I need to do some editing, and I need to like, there are some things that I need to clean, and I need to change my bed. So I think I'm going to download audiobook, and I'm going to listen to it a little bit because I want to know what's going to happen next.
Oh, I can just see her so beautiful.
Can you still see the glare? Oh, I think it's the light. Well, sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. I already filmed this part, but I started just rambling too much because I didn't know how to put into words what I'm feeling for this book. Not in a good way, by the way. Like, I just want to preface that. Basically, my issue with it is that, first of all, I'm about like 85% into the book, and 86%. I'm at chapter 31, so I'm pretty much done with this book. Last night, I binged it. I think it's very fast-paced. I like the fact that there is like a very deep connection between the two. I don't know if it's a trope or not, but the fact that they are their own person and there's nobody else in the world that compares to that person is really cute. But I have some issues within the story because in one way, I think that I didn't know what this book was going to be about, but maybe it's my fault. I should have read the trigger warnings if there's any. I think there is, because there's a lot of triggers. And also, I didn't know anything about this book. Like, obviously I didn't know that it was spicy. I thought it was YA, which is fine. I don't mind it, but I just I have a trouble understanding and empathizing with this book, simply because I feel like both of the characters, so if you've not read the book, I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but like if you've read it, I hope I'm clear with what I'm saying. But both of the characters, Bree and Archer, are both people with a lot of trauma, especially Archer, because he grew up in a family that was very abusive. Not family, but like he had a father that was really abusive, and then he had an accident in which he lost his voice and now he's mute. Basically, he did not have a family growing up. From 7 years old, he grew up alone, or at least like he had his uncle. He's a loner. He's not part of the town. Nobody ever talked to him. Nobody ever had interactions with him, and he's just like alone a lot. So then Bree comes in and she gets really interested by him, and she kind of like initiates the relationship, and she's kind of like going to his house and they're talking, blah blah blah. But she's also escaping a situation. She's from Ohio. I don't know where they are at the moment, but she moves into this town after a bad situation that happened with her father and to her as well. And basically she starts a new life there. She starts working for the diner, and then she meets Archer, and whatever, they start dating, kind of. Anyway, my issue with it is that the entire book, it's mainly focused on Archer's issue. I think traumas in general cannot be compared. I'm sorry, my cat is going to the toilet. Entire book is basically like mainly focused on Archer's trauma, and I don't believe that traumas can't be comparable. Obviously, like every single thing that people go through should be validated. That's the first point. The second point is that I do agree that Archer has gone through a lot since he was little, and he needs more support than Bree does. But at the same time, Bree has gone through something that it's terrible for a woman and also for a child, and I feel like it's not developed enough. I feel like the conversations about this issue is not talked about enough. Like even within some of the scenes that they're in, like especially the most intimate, like I would have expected something that was triggering to her, or something which I understand she can find somebody that she's safe with so she can be herself with. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, but that seems kind of unrealistic. But at the same time, I thankfully have not gone through what Bree has gone through, so I don't know if I can relate to that. But at the same time, I do feel like it has not been developed or taken care of a lot, because the main focus was like nurturing Archer and what his issue was instead of taking care of her, if that makes sense. But once again, maybe there is a reason for it. Maybe in the last like 10% of the book, everything that I've said will not mean anything, and maybe there is a reason why it's not talked about enough. But at the same time, as I said, thankfully I have not gone through anything that those characters have gone through, and I'm very glad about that, obviously. But there is some people that might read this book that can relate to some experiences. It doesn't matter because I cannot write a book, probably. I don't know if I can, I've never tried. But if I personally, my opinion, if I personally choose to develop a situation in which some people can relate to, I would have like developed that a bit more. Not better, because I don't know, but like a bit more. So like to see like the point of view of the main character Bree and what goes through her mind, and also in relationship with Archer and somebody that she feels safe with, and like even develop that, in my opinion. But at the same time, maybe there is a reason. Maybe there is a reason. I don't want to be a hater. I don't. But it just like, it kind of triggered me a little bit. I think for me, it's a pet peeve when I read a book and there's like some big topics and some trigger warnings and some like trauma that the characters go through, and they're not developed correctly, or at least they're not helping anybody. And I'm not saying that a book that you read that it's fiction should help you, but at the same time, if the author chooses to write something about a character and the experiences that they go through, and some things can be triggering to one of the readers, I would have used it in a different way. That's my opinion on that. And other than that, I feel like it, once again, like I did not expect this book to be the book that it is. I did not expect it to have spice in it. I did not expect it to, I thought it was like a YA high school book, to be honest. So maybe that's my fault. I went in completely blind, but it's definitely not a 5 stars for me. And yeah, so here's the update, but I'm excited to see what's gonna happen because I have a lot of questions and I hope they get answered. The one plot twist that we had, I kind of like guessed it. Pretty easy to guess anyway. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't go too strong. Don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be the hater of this. If you love this book, I'm very happy for you, but I feel bad whenever I don't like a book and I'm saying it because I'm scared that I'm going to offend some people that love it. So I hope I didn't offend anyone, but that's my opinion. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna see you later. I have to do some stuff first. I have to do some editing, and then after I'm gonna keep going and finish the book. I'm matching. Okay, bye guys. Hi guys, I ended up finishing Archer's Voice last night. I am very confused about my rating. I'm thinking about like a 2 and 75. I don't think it deserves a 3 in my opinion, but it doesn't deserve a 2 and it doesn't deserve a 2.5, so I think I'm gonna give 2.75, which is like a 3- in my book. I did not love it as much as I thought I would from how it started, because I was really excited. It was like in a small town. I was excited about the fact that it was kind of different because the main male character didn't speak. It was a bit different, definitely, but I just like did not like how the trauma of both the two characters were developed, and I think I said it in the previous clip. I think that was really off-putting. My problem with it is that if you choose to write about trauma, then like write about it. Like really put effort into writing about one kind of trauma that can be triggering to other people. It's just like impossible for somebody that like the female main character, she goes through something and then all of a sudden, because of a guy that she meets that obviously she feels very comfortable with, but like all of a sudden everything disappeared and she's cured by all the trauma that happened in the past. It just like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and I personally did not like that part. I feel like that alone kind of like lowered everything for me, and I was kind of annoyed at one point. So that is my rating. So let's go over all the ratings. So the last book that I read is Archer's Voice, and I gave it a 2.75 stars. Before that I read Happy Place, which I gave 4 stars, and then before that I read The House Across the Lake, which I gave, oh, that was still something that I was confused about because it really got me. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars. And then I think the winner of this video is definitely 100% Magnolia Parks, which I'm gonna give a 4.5 stars, simply because it was a bit annoying at the beginning, and I don't think it's I think that it was a good first book in a series, and I'm really excited to read what's next. And the second half of the book was really interesting, and it kind of like picked up from that, and it kind of made me really curious about what's going to happen in the future, and I think that it deserves a 4.5. Is it raining? This video is done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love all the girlies, and I thank them every day for the book recommendations and keeping also my passion for books alive, because every time that I watch a video of them, I get motivated to make videos and like have other ideas, and also grow my TBR, which is not really something that's great. But let me know if you want to see a part 2. I definitely have other content creators reading their 5 stars, so let me know if you're interested. And yeah, so I will see you in my next video. Please subscribe if you want to, like this video if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Sorry, there's like so many bugs outside because I'm outside, by the way. I don't know. Yeah, and it's also about to storm because it's really dark outside, but I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
So beautiful.